everybody, it's Dave, back again with another attempt at a video. Hope everybody's doing well. I've decided this time, as you can see from the opening, that I'm going to do some operations. Well, at least the way I do operations. Now, nothing that I do is prototypical. This is just me doing me, you know what I mean? So, as you can see, I got my freight coming in to deliver some stuff, some box cars and different things to my industries. We're going to start off with it gets set up. We're going to start off with the lumber yard and the cement plant, or the cement silos, storage area. Again, as I say, nothing I do is prototypical, so you're probably going to see all kinds of things that probably never ever happen on a real, a real railroad. This is my little subdivision, so to speak. This freight is coming in from points out west. I got my SD60, my CSX SD60 with a gondola, and that's going to be my little buffer car. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up in here and hook up to these covered hoppers that are full of cement. So anyway, yeah, like I said, nothing that I do. I'm just farting around. I figured I'd shoot some videos and work on my editing, my editing skills and my video skills and so I'm actually using two cameras, and I will show you those here toward at the end of the video. But anyway, as you can see, my freight came in on that's main one, or what I like to call the outside main. And all my industries are all off of the inside main. The outside main obviously is, used for, through freight and things like that. But the inside main, the inside loop, has got all my industries. So I'm starting here with doing my my covered hoppers with cement in it, like I said before. I like to run cabooses. I know that's, again, not prototypical. So I have to leave the caboose off to the side there so I can finish doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm backing all these in. I've tried a couple different camera angles, as you can see. I do have a little camera car. It's on a flatbed. Again, I will show this, at the end of the video. So I'm just trying to get some different, camera angles and different types of FPV views. The first set, I split them into 4. I got 8 cars. I split them 4. I put 4 in the shed there, to typically, or more or less, be unloaded, and then I got the other 4 that I shove off to the side. Now I can't do regular operations, like just picking up the empties and dropping off the loads, because I don't have a yard or anything to work with. So when I do it, I drop everything off, and it just kind of gets those things out of the way. You can see my manifest is sitting there waiting at the station. They've tied down for the day. That's my manifest. That's just a through freight while I'm mute, because they're on the inside main right now. Because this one came in from, and it has priority because it is a, local delivery system, and the manifest, again, not prototypical. It's just the way I run it. So anyway, I've finished up with the cement, and again, I'm not doing anything. I'm just farting around and running trains, and so I understand that there's, see there, I'm still working on my I'm still working on my speed steps. So especially with that particular locomotive, I just put a new decoder in it, and I haven't quite gotten all the things you know, figured out, and like I said, the speed steps and whatnot. So yeah, I had to move the caboose. I probably should have, now that I'm thinking about it. I probably should have taken all the ones I'm dropping, because I got three lumber cars that I'm going to drop off at my little lumber yard there. So I had to move the caboose out of the way, and then the local freight is going to shove back and cut loose these three lumber cars. And so yeah, like I said, now hindsight's 2020. I probably should have grabbed all 11 cars and did it that way, because that's probably what they would have done in real life. Now my layout, not even my layout, is not modeled after anything specific. It's just a picture in my head, and I wanted to get maximum space and be able to do maximum amount. It's based on a 4x8 sheet of plywood, but that room's so small I had to kind of cut it and make it L-shaped so that I could get it in there fairly decently. So yeah, the freight, the two locomotives are one of them's an SD60 and one's an SD60M. On the freight, the one I'm using, obviously, like I said earlier, is an SD60 CSX. The ones that are running my local freight and doing the delivery, they're painted. I painted them. The other one was, one of them was a CSX like this one I'm using now, and the other one was a Sioux line. And now none of my locomotives on this layout, except for my switcher, my little switcher, is the only brand new ones I bought. Everything else I bought used. Even my little 440 that I use for my passenger car, my excursion train, basically, is new. It's like new, but it's new to me, but it's not brand new. So I'm finished delivering and parking those cars into my my lumber yard there. Again, I put everything, and I know it's not the way they do it in real life, but again, I don't have the room because I don't have a yard per se. So I just stick everything where it's supposed to go, gets everything out of the way so that I can do other stuff on the layout, and then later on I might try doing some shuffling things around and whatnot. So yeah, I'm putting the caboose back out because they're gonna put the caboose back on the end of the train, and then I'm gonna park the CSX. I'm gonna take it down to the inside main, and I'm gonna tie it down right there, basically, and then we're gonna move on to my next couple of industries. Again, my manifest is over there waiting because they're tying up the track, but we'll get that squared away. So yeah, I'm backing up to reconnect to the caboose, and then we're gonna move on. But yeah, like I said, my layout isn't modeled after anything. I wanted to get as much track on there, and again, hindsight's 2020. I probably should have taken some and put some sort of yard in there, but I didn't realize I was going to end up with as much rolling stock and as many locomotives as I have right now. You collect things as you go. So we're off to the next ones. Those Santa Fe's, I painted those. I know Santa Fe didn't have any SD60s, at least none that I could find in my research. So I don't think Santa Fe bought any SD60s or SD60Ms. If they did, even more so the better. But I couldn't find anything, and I wanted everything to be, Santa Fe related. So I actually painted those myself. And if you get up close, you can see that they're not professionally painted, but from a distance they look pretty good. So yeah, dropping the caboose again. Now you see my little switcher there in the front. That's a little EMD NW2. That's the only, like I said, that's the only locomotive that I have that's actually, that when I bought it, was brand new. And I love that little switcher. It's pretty good. It can't pull more than 10 or 12 cars without, slipping. But so yeah, we're gonna back these ones just like we did over for the cement plant and the lumber yard. We're gonna back what I'm gonna deliver here. I got there in the foreground that building that you see the roof of. That's my cold storage. I've got a bunch of reefers, old style reefers. And then off to the right there, just around the corner, you see that other turnout. That goes to my furniture warehouse. So yeah, those are my next two industries. The little town in the back there, there's no real name for it. I've been trying to think of a name. But yeah, that little switcher does pretty good. I mean, it's so small that it really, those turnouts, I think I'm gonna end up putting a current keeper in it just to help it out, because down there, because I use it right there for those two industries. It moves my freight around. Because trying to get one of those larger locomotives down in there, it's not a whole heap of room. But that switcher tends to have a little bit of difficulty. I mean, all my track is all Bachmann Easy Track, and then if I had it to do all over again, I would probably go with maybe the Kato, Easy Track type of setup or whatever. Every time I've done something with Bachmann, whether it's, I mean, for the most part, the track works just fine, but it just seems like those turnouts, I wish I'd have gone with something else. The turnout there for my furniture is an Atlas. It's an Atlas. And the turnout for my cement storage plant there is also an Atlas. Everything else though is Bachmann, and for the most part they work pretty good. So the first set of cars, the first set of box cars or reefers, I because it goes right into the building. There's an opening there, and I can push the cars right in, and they unload them inside the inside the warehouse there. The other set I'm setting off to the side. Again, same thing as like with the covered hoppers. I do that just to have some place to put all of those cars. So now we're shoving down the regular box cars. Those are going to go into the furniture place. The furniture warehouse is what I call a furniture warehouse. So yeah, and that's pretty much all my industry. So I get rid of everything that I bring in. I wish I could do it the way it's supposed to be done, the way a lot of the other guys do it on there when they show their operations, that they'll bring a couple of full ones and take some empties and whatever. But yeah, I do it the way I do it, just to get all of those out of the way so I can do other stuff on my layout. So yep, picking up the caboose and off to points west. So now, yeah, I finished up staging the reefers. My OCD won't let me have anything other than even, I've got 8 little covered hoppers for the cement plant. I've got 8 reefers for the cold storage. I got 8 box cars for the furniture store there, furniture plant there. Yeah, so now I'm taking the little switcher, is gonna go back up onto the inside main and come and get the box cars going over there to the furniture place, furniture warehouse. So yeah, that little thing works pretty good. I mean, for the most part, I've got some stuff that I'm gonna try for track cleaning, because I thought the nickel silver wouldn't oxidize, but apparently pretty much everything oxidizes, because all that Bachmann Easy Track is all nickel silver. I do have some Atlas because I added some of those turnouts there. You see the ones easy. The Bachmann track goes into the cold storage, but I've got the Atlas, regular old Atlas track, going into that came afterwards, because it was just that Easy Track's expensive. It really is. Even back then, I mean, now I can't imagine what it costs now, but back then it was, for what you get, it gets pretty expensive when you're doing it. Because I didn't want to have to do, a lot of ballast, and I wanted it to kind of look like, But anyway, so I'm gonna move out, switch it, and put the other ones over into the overflow track there. Yeah, those Atlas turnouts they're manual. They are not powered. The Bachmann, all the Bachmann turnouts are all powered. I have switches that I use to. A couple of them they're just so finicky. I don't have really good luck with any of Bachmann's stuff. I've tried using Bachmann, through the years, and it's just it's hit and miss with me. It's hit and miss with me as far as Bachmann. They've got a lot to choose from, but I personally have not had consistent good luck with Bachmann, whether it's with any of their products. Again, it's just so hit and miss as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I'm done there. So we're moving on. So here's my manifest. They've finally been let, and I'm bringing around the other one, so we can just kind of imagine that he's still coming, and we're going to go park it out of the way. My manifest it consists of two SD45s and a GE C30-7. They're all Kato. The SD60s and the 60M are Atlas. My switcher is a Kato. I do like the Kato brand. Kato. I hope, So yeah, he's coming around. So they kind of moved out of the way so that they could get all the industries delivered. So now he's gonna come down onto the inside main, and we're gonna kind of park that whole setup out of the way there, and you'll see. That's just the way I do it. Again, I'm just farting around, running trains. I don't have any kind of, I don't even know if I'm naming that right, because I think the manifest ones, because I've got you'll see all kinds of different cars, and different types of cars in that matter, because I wanted a little bit of everything. That one pretty much stays the way it is. It's got a little bit of everything, and you'll see that here in a minute. But anyway, so I'm pulling these Santa Fe's out of the way here, and just to get them off the mains and out of the way until I decide to do something else with them. So anyway, so yeah, we're gonna move on with this one. Yeah, I love those Kato locomotives are great. Very few problems, and if you've had Katos, especially with N scale, the couplers, you have to kind of, at least I did, because those are all 6-wheel, they all have 6-wheel trucks on them, and that's probably too much for this layout. I probably should have went with like some SD40s or something to that nature. But so we're putting the manifest out on the outside main, and you see I've got covered hoppers. I got a car train there, just some regular box cars, just things that caught my eye. A couple tankers, and that little yellow and black one's a Bachmann, and that's the only one I don't have any problems with. Flat cars and piggybacks, and I got an Abrams tank on that one. I've got some, intermodal stuff, and I love those trains with the crane, or the cranes, you know. And I don't. It's just I always thought those were cool. So yeah, like I said, I run cabooses with my stuff. So there you go. So we're coming up toward the end here, and I hope everybody's enjoying this. I'm still farting around. I'm gonna get my excursion train out of the station. We're gonna put it down on the inside main. And you see, I've still got my passenger cars that I did the lighting on. And there's video if you haven't seen it. I did a little video and a little kind of how-to type of thing with those. I do plan on doing some end of train device thing, the little blinking red light on the end. I do, again, like I said, I do like to run cabooses, so I might just put them, you know, the same way that I did with these passenger cars. But yeah, we're coming up toward the end of the little video, and I hope everybody enjoyed, and I hope this voiceover does pretty good, and like I said, I'm gonna add something here, and so yeah, thanks for watching.
Hello everybody. So yeah, this is the video I was talking, or what I wanted to, when I was at the end of that other video I said I was going to show you. So I got, these are the cameras I'm using. This one is my GoPro adjacent camera, and the Kulao, I don't know, it's just, it does okay. It supposedly shoots in 4K or whatever. I mean, judge for yourself with the video there. It does okay. I mean, it wasn't terribly expensive, and you know, it doesn't zoom, it doesn't do anything. It's just, you know, you turn it on, you can set it at 4K or 720p or 1080i or whatever. It came with this protective case. That's why I said it's my GoPro adjacent camera that I use. It's what I can afford. I'm not like a lot of these other people on YouTube that's got them expensive cameras and whatnot. It comes with 2 batteries and that case and a remote, basically just on and off and picture capture type of thing. Nothing fancy. So yeah, that's that. I don't think they make these anymore. I got it on Amazon. You might be able to find it on Amazon still, but yeah, I don't think they, you know how the Chinese stuff is. It comes and goes quick. They make, 10 different companies make 10 different versions of the exact same camera, and this here, again, I got on Amazon, and again, it's a Chinese knockoff of an actual, I think it's an actual knockoff of a Polaroid. They even put the little stripe on there. Yeah, that's a Polaroid thing. It's not fancy. Again, this is the my FPV camera. I got this little drop deck, flat car, and it is just on there with a little bit of blue tack holds it on. I didn't glue it down or anything. A little blue tack holds it on, and this is my FPV camera. Yeah, that's and it's not expensive. It's an SQ11, and you have to be careful. Oops. You have to be careful because there's, again, this Chinese knockoff of a Polaroid little security camera type of thing. So you got to be careful because there are a lot of scams on Amazon. This is the second one I bought. The first one, it exactly the same, but when I took it apart, it's supposed to have the infrared. This one actually does have the infrared. The the first one I bought, that was just a ring of little, round things, to made it look like it. But this one actually does. So, and they're not expensive. So I mean, even if you do get scammed, you're only going to be out about $20. It's just, you got to be, it's hit and miss. But these are the cameras I use, at least on that video anyway. And these, they don't run continuous clips. They run to a point because it's just got a, well, I don't have it on me. Anyway, it's just a 64 gig micro SD card that goes in there. The cool thing about this camera, though, I mean, it does have the microphone plug and, charging plug. You're not going to get a microphone and, whatever you're filming with this on, you're not going to get any sound. So it's probably going to be underwater anyway. I think that's probably the only thing that's good for. But this has the micro HDMI output. So I'm trying to find a little screen, a little 6-inch screen with an HDMI input, and then you instead of using this tiny little screen that it's just tiny. I mean, you saw, and you can get you an HDI, a little screen that takes HDMI and get a larger screen. Anyway, so that's that. Like I said, I got this. This is the one from the layout, the one that was doing my switching. I'm planning on painting this and maybe doing, Santa Fe on it too. But I got this. This came in the mail yesterday. And this is the TCS KAN1. It is a teeny tiny little current keeper, if you can see. Let me see if I can get that thing out of there. But anyway, I'm going to mount this in that locomotive later on. And, because it has a little bit of problems. I mean, I just put a new, like I said earlier, I put a new decoder on it. Let me get this thing out of here. A new NCE decoder, which I like the NCE decoders. They're not fancy. And TCS, I've got TCS in my Kodachrome locomotives. The TCS is pretty good. And TCS makes these little tiny thing, tiny. Let me get this out of here real quick. Current keeper. They make a lot of different current keepers, but this one, the N1, the N1 is for N scale locomotives, and this thing is tiny. It was about $17 on the site that I got it off of. And let's see. Yeah, look at this thing. And these current keepers are basically just a capacitor. It's 2 wires. You got your common power to blue, and you got the black and white stripe. That's the ground. And you see how tiny it is. I mean, let me put it up against this locomotive. So, yeah, something like this thing would work pretty good. I think there's enough room in there to mount this little turd. So yeah, this would be my very first current keeper, because that thing does have some problems going over the switches or the turnouts. It'll flash and blink, and sometimes it's just, so yeah, this is what I'm going to do later on. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. Get back in there, you little turd. All right. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. Let's see. This is where I got this from, Lombard. I'll cut that out, but Lombard Hobbies. I'll put the link in the description. But yeah, Lombard Hobbies. Lombard Hobbies. Let's see, get rid of my details there on the dots. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to do. So yeah, this is where I got it. It was about $17 before shipping. It was the only place that had any in stock. They're getting pretty popular, I guess you can say. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I need to talk about. I hope everybody has a great weekend. The rest of your weekend, I should say. I'm gonna add this to the video, and hopefully get it uploaded. And I hope that, like I said, I hope people enjoy it. I'm just farting around. All right, talk at you later. Bye.